Okay, I'm Diane Herbort, and I'm at Artistic Artifacts in Alexandria, Virginia. And I've brought my quilt, which is called A Passing Shadow. And this is my September 11th quilt that I did after everything happened on that day. I had been thinking about doing a quilt, and when Carrie Bressenhand from Quilt Festival said that she would do whatever she could to get the quilts hung within the 6-week period, I went ahead and started on the quilt. I live about 2.5 miles from the Pentagon, and I had the TV on the morning of September 11th and had seen the second tower fall, and then I heard a noise coming from the wrong direction behind me, and basically I realized right away what was happening was the plane was going over my house, and before I could even get out onto my porch, it had crashed into the Pentagon, and the noise sounded like a plane running into a mountain. So I decided I was gonna do a quilt that kind of portrayed everything and sort of get some of what I was feeling out. And I used my trash bag quilting technique, which uses a lot of little scraps to work pictorially. So this first big block shows my house from overhead and the plane going over the house. It was following Columbia Pike, which is a few blocks down the street from me. And when it went over, there was this big shadow that passed over, and a noise and a rumble, and I knew that something wasn't right. And more than that, because they'd already said they didn't know where the third plane was that they couldn't find, I knew that this was the plane, and I had this really strong sense of the people on the plane who were about to die. So I've quilted kind of the angel of death into it. And then the rest of it is just about September 11th and the aftermath. I have the Twin Towers, I have the Pentagon with all the smoke coming out of it, and I also wanted to have something for the people on the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, because those people may have saved my life or the life of my friends who were working in the District of Columbia at that time. And then the last one is the part that people don't know about, where down near the Pentagon, a memorial just sort of sprung up where people would bring things down by Fort Myer, about half a mile from where it crashed into the building. And all of that stuff was left out there for weeks afterwards, and I believe the Smithsonian now has collected some of it, and it's in their collection. So it's a quilt that I'm glad I did, but I don't like to look at it too much. I do think it should be shared with other people, though. So that's my story of my quilt.